Hey guys, so as promised, we're going to be doing a couple of budget-friendly acrylic lines. We're going to check them out, see how well they perform, and maybe see the ones that don't perform as well, what we can do to make them work. Please forgive my nails today. It was a rough day. So we're going to start with Saviland. I've seen a lot of ads for them, and I was pretty interested because they look great in the ad, so I was curious to see how it played out. I know that their polygel is kind of middle of the road. Like, it's not anything super great, but it's not awful either. So I figured we'd give it a shot. And I found one of these kits that had what's supposed to have everything you need. So I figure we would give it a shot and see how it does. It comes with a lot of forms, like an excessive amount. That's a lot. It comes with a bag of tips, natural and white, just the regular square tips. We have a little bottle of monomer here. What I thought was cool about this kit, it comes with the monomer, and it also comes with gel resin so that you can treat it like dip. And it came with 3 colors. Pink, clear, and I think like a sheer. Yeah, it says dip powder, but also acrylic powder here. So, and then dip powder here. So I'm assuming it's 2 in 1. This, in the instruction book, it said that this was for dip, so I'm hoping that it can actually be used as both. So there we go. It's got everything in there. Yeah, so we're just going to use it as acrylic today. It's got a little file, small brush, which I'm going to tell you now is nylon, but hey, you never know. And like I said, it was an inexpensive kit. I think it was like 14 bucks, so we'll see how it does. You never know, right? And for 14 bucks, I didn't expect a sable brush, so it doesn't look awful quality. It's somewhat decent, so hey, let's give it a shot. Let me grab a dapping dish real quick. Now, they had 2 kits that had almost exactly the same stuff, except one came with a dapping dish, and it didn't come with the tips, and this one came with the forms and tips, but not the dapping dish. So we're going to give it a shot. We'll put this off to the side because we're not going to check that out today. And we will try all of the acrylics and see how they do. Now, a few people had asked about the less expensive acrylic, because I know, like, Model 1's has some issues, but it can be worked with. So I picked up some tricks on how to make that work. Same with beetles. They're really new to acrylic, so I don't expect magic yet. But it can. I do have a big set of beetles that I'm going to be reviewing as well, and there are a couple tips and tricks to make that work, which I'm going to be going over. So, you know, if you're interested in any of those, I also have some other stuff coming. I can't remember what the brand was, but mostly the inexpensive stuff, the brands we all know, you know. So the monomer is horrifying. Just what you expect from most monomer. It is very, very dark. Like, there's only a few drops in here, and it's almost black, which leads me to believe, just based on what I know, that this probably yellows quite a bit, and that's why they put so much. This is really dark. It probably yellows a lot, which is why they put so much purple in it to try to offset that. That's the only thing I can think, because that is almost black. Wow. Okay, anyway, it's very strong. Like, the smell is super strong. So definitely want to use it in a ventilated area. Oh, we got a little cuticle stick too. I am not going to be using this on myself. I need to do some work on myself. That's really weird. I've never seen monomer that looked like that before. The brush wasn't very starched. It was pretty clean, but it's nylon, so yeah, this brush is very clearly nylon. So let's go ahead and get started and see how it does. Like I said, I didn't expect much from the brush in this kit. So the monomer does change the color of the acrylic substantially. Like, it turned it to like a dark, almost like a lavender color. it's supposed to be pink. The brush is actually performing somewhat okay. It's picking up beads. So yeah, that monomer is totally changed. So okay, Saviland's monomer is a no-go. That looks like we're gonna go ahead and finish it, and then I will switch out the monomer because this is for sure supposed to be pink. That's very strange. Like in the ads, the monomer was very light purple, so I'm curious as to why that. You see the color it turned it? That's weird. It's like a dark gray. Okay, let's swap that out because I'm more interested in the acrylic. I got the kit so I could try out a few different colors at once. Because the acrylic did not look bad in the ads that I saw. Alright. Okay, let's try that again. We're gonna clean that brush out. Just in case it didn't turn out well, I didn't want to use my brush. Okay, that's more like it. Now it's pink. I mean, wow, the purple's still in the brush a little bit though. I'm gonna probably need to switch brushes. That's almost like dye. Wow. Maybe it's supposed to be like a dusty pink. Let me swap brushes real quick. Let me find one I don't like. All right, let's try this. This one's kind of a mess anyway. The acrylic does beat up well. It is marbling a little bit, but like I said, it looks like it's supposed to be dip. So I don't know. Let's try this lighter color and see if that's any better. Okay, it looks like this is like a sheer white. It is kind of grainy, like very grainy, but you never know, that may file away. So it's not exactly a white. I think this is supposed to be clear. This is not going to be a crystal clear, I can tell you that right now. It's very foggy. So that's pretty, not super impressed with that. And this is the pink, what happened here. It turned like a grayish color. I'm going to try that again though, because I think it may have been that the brush was stained. I hope anyway. The colors in the ad were light pink, like sheer pink, and white, or clear, sorry, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, no, it's still coming out like a gray color, so. All right. Well, okay, so let's try this last pink. Maybe that one is better. And you never know, it may be because it was the cheap kit, but I would think it would be the same acrylic in all of, you know, the same acrylic across the board. Who knows? I don't know. I would hope so. Okay, and this is another pink, it looks like. And this is more of a frosty pink. So this one's not too bad. It's not marbling. Not too bad. You can see the pigment separating, but it's not awful, you know. So this one is workable. But I gotta say, I'm not real impressed with it. Let me grab another one. I want to see how well it lays on top. We're just gonna go ahead and check it all the way out, okay? Okay, so let me, real quick, the brush is trashed that fast. This is concerning. All right, so I'm just gonna use this. Like I said, that color may be, you know, maybe that's what they were going for, was that darker, dusty kind of pink color. I don't know. The clear is not clearing up as it dries. But we're gonna give it a shot and see if it, like, you know, lays down right on top. And the sets for like 3 half-ounce jars weren't inexpensive. It was like 20 bucks for 3 half-ounce jars by themselves. So I gotta say, I kind of expected a little better. Yeah, it's really, It's kind of hard to see, but it's really grainy on top. It's not polymerizing the way you would expect. You can see the, let me get this to focus so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So there we go. You can kind of see what I mean. It's really grainy when it lays down. And that doesn't appear to be like going away as it dries. I thought maybe as it polymerized that would, you know, like absorb, but it does not appear to be doing that. Okay, so I wonder if it's any better as dip. Like, but it was sold as an acrylic kit, so I mean, maybe advertise it as just a dip kit. So there you go. You can see it's still pretty grainy on there. It's not laying flat. Even when it's like really wet, you can still see the graininess, which should disappear when you lay that much monomer on it, and it's not. So, okay, well, so that's kind of a fail. You guys want to try it as dip? Let's try it as dip. Although I'm kind of scared now. All right, let's get one more swatch stick out, if I can find one. There we go, I found one. All right, let's do that. We'll give it a shot. You never know. This is pretty much empty, but okay. I'm not super impressed, so I'm not gonna recommend this one. I don't know, like, do they normally do acrylic? Is this like new or I don't know. Okay, so it's a little too fine for dip, kinda. And it's still pretty grainy on top, like it's not, and I know dip is gonna be kind of rough and grainy, but the color's not really even either. And it didn't take on much powder, so I'm not super impressed with this, guys. So we're gonna call that a fail. We're gonna probably get rid of that. Like, you can kind of see how that dried. It's pretty, forgive my hands, I was painting in an oil working on cars today, and just, so the color didn't dry evenly. It was even while it was wet, and then it was not even while it was, as it's drying, and it's still pretty grainy on top, and you can kind of see that in the other ones too. I don't know. And the clear is not doing well. Very bubbly, very foggy. So yeah, and this is just, every time I look over at it, I'm like, what's that about? Like, it's very dark. That's weird. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna call this a D. You know, if we're grading, we're gonna call this a D, because this is, I mean, there are some tips and forms in there, but, and it was super cheap, but to be fair, like, you should at least get what you pay for, and that's not here. You shouldn't pay 14 bucks for some forms. So we're gonna call this a fail. I'm gonna return this because not cool. I really expected better from them, but well. All right, guys. So stay tuned for the giveaways. I'm gonna be doing Beetles and Model 1s next. I'm gonna be doing a big set of Model 1 so we can go through like the glitters and the dark colors and the light colors and see what's workable and what's not and how to make it work. So stay tuned for that. Same thing with Beetles. I have a very large set of Beetles that we're going to go through so we can see what works and what doesn't. And if you guys have any questions, comment down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching.